Game number 7, ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this. It all comes down to this. Who will win in this matchup? They only have a handful of gods remaining in this series. So we'll have to wait and see what it's going to be here. Spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is Suppe. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Kronos. His name is Nullus. What a final game in this semifinals we have for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a wild ride here. Suppe's been on 3 points for the last, 2 games? So Nullus has made a huge comeback thus far in this series. He is now going to be searching around for his hunt. He's found himself some gazelle up on this location. The question is going to be, will he drop an economic guild or not? Is the big question. We still haven't seen anything found over here from Suppe. He's found a lot of goats, though, which is going to help him out a lot as he's scouting around the map trying to find where his hunt is. Now, Secluded Expanse is very, very similar to Oasis in terms of the hunt spawns. Generally speaking, you see the hunt spawning around the front of your base, somewhere like that. And it seems like on this map, we do have a back hunt spawn over here and a back hunt spawn over here for both players, as well as probably another hunt spawn over here or something like that. But yeah, Suppe hasn't found his hunt, so he's going to have to go for a 355 advance time, dropping the mana down over here as well. I imagine Nullus also doing exactly the same thing, going for the temple, going for the mana here. Very, very standard. No real craziness here as the gazelle do get spotted, and I imagine Suppe will send some villagers over there immediately to attempt to advance here very, very fast. Now, this is a spicy one, because here's the thing. In the Oranos versus Kronos war, when you're going with Terma, Oranos has the advantage. And this is a Terma opening from both players. Oranos has a significant advantage in this because the Terma have got 5.5 speed, which means they can move in. So if the fight is like this, the Terma of the Oranos player just move around until the enemy Kronos player starts to shoot, and then they keep moving until they shoot, and then they can target and get some kills, move, do the same thing, and they can really cause a lot of troubles for Kronos in the early game. But the advantage for the Kronos player often comes with an early Valor on the Oracles and a deconstruction on a mana, which if you're not ready for it from the Oranos perspective, it's very, very difficult. So we'll see how things are going to go here in this one, as looks like Suppe has to eat up a goat over here, as Nullus is going to be looking to hit the next age just a little bit before Suppe. Not that big of a deal. It's about 2 seconds. Shouldn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But a slight advantage nonetheless, as Nullus did manage to find himself hunt in this game, and Suppe was a little bit late on his own hunt, as the villagers now all onto the wood lines here, as Suppe, he looks like he is well prepped. I'm surprised because I haven't seen him playing a whole lot of Atlantean. I haven't seen him playing a whole lot of Egyptian in the last game, or even a whole lot of Greek over the past couple of weeks here. So he's definitely been doing some sneaky smurfing or hiding off stream and practicing some off gods, trying to make it all work. As we see the Prometheus coming through very, very fast for both players, and no forward temple here. Oracles coming back over onto this position. Defensive Valors make a lot of sense here as Kronos in this matchup as well, if both players are doing the same kind of opening here. Take a little pause here. It's totally fine, completely allowed to pause. It's part of the game. People got real lives. It's not like we've got a studio where everything has got to be perfect. But we will be seeing Nullus here being able to Valor first and foremost if he so chooses. But this is just a defensive precaution. You don't really want to do this. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If you got focus through, which Nullus does have, then I think this is completely fine because it gives you an advantage at about the 6-minute mark to Valor again onto some Milo and have an advantage there. Whereas Whereas the Soup side of things, he's just going to be getting himself his Terma out and valoring those, it would seem to me, as the Promethean Offspring swinging through here, as it looks like Soup gets one little love tap, as they're going to be searching around here trying to find some kills. There's not going to be a whole lot that they can really gain here. Soup does have to be careful not to bring his... Oh, God. Okay, he doesn't... Really? I would have 100% valid the Terma. I mean, I guess you get 3 extra military units in your army. So I guess it makes sense to some degree. As a Promethean going to come over here, sit, defend his own villages here. A little bit of turning around, a little bit of shanking here. Good amount of damage done. So his Promethean have to retreat back. As now Soup going to be looking to move forward here onto this position over here. We've got ourselves the same kind of opening from Nullus. And like I said, this is a scary thing for Nullus to have to deal with. He's playing Kronos in this matchup. And this is advantage Oranos with the speed. He's going to be coming in, getting a little bit of damage done left and right here, trying to put pressure over onto this location here. The priests, they're not priests, they're oracles. The oracles moving in here, getting some damage done as the medium Terma coming through for Nullus. And we see, look at that. That's exactly what I was talking about. Little bits of micro here. Everything you need to do here on this one. We'll see how it's going to go. Nice little attack there. Shockwave coming through as the spears come in to take down one Terma. Going to be taking down a second Terma over here. Good micro there from Nullus as well. Good micro yet again as Soup tries to take out everything. You want to attack the closest unit possible here. Nullus knows that, and he hard wins that fight after all is said and done. Meanwhile, Terma going after Terma in the main base over here as the Oracle's starting to go after each other. We see the hero Citizen coming in onto this fight. Good micro there from Soup, pulling back. Population is still very, very close here as everything very maniacal at this point as the Terma do get heroized over here. We will be seeing a little bit of a wait from Soup here. He's trying to pick off those Terma as best he can. Nice micro from Nullus though, as Nullus, he's focusing full in onto this one. The hero Citizen getting some good damage done over here as the Promethean trying to get involved in this fight, but will end up falling as this Terma does end up going down over on this position as the Promethean Offspring coming through. Will we see a Valor coming through for Soup? It has to be readily available or available very, very soon, as it looks like Soup will be retreating back. Nullus here, lots of wood in the bank. Going to be starting to throw down that military barracks here as well. Will we see military barracks down anytime soon for Soup as the Promethean Offspring coming through here as well? Meanwhile, looking to put some more pressure in, sees the military building coming down. Is he going to make anything of that or not? Trying to take out that hero Citizen. Nice garrison micro there as the Terma does get taken down over there. Good micro yet again by Soup. Sniping units left, right, and center as best as he possibly can here. This is a crazy micro fight coming in. Good garrison micro from Nullus here thus far as the Terma not ready to go through just yet into that one. Going to push in, push back out. Still hasn't utilized his Valor just yet. Good little micro there, taking down a unit. That Citizen over here, got to be very careful with that one, as this Citizen is making a break for it, trying to get in, trying to get a little bit of shanking going on as the Oracle comes through. Surely you just snipe that one there and then retreat out as the Promethean Offspring going to be going down as well. The Oracle hero coming through here to help out in this fight as well. Both players sitting pretty high on the population, both 67, 71 population remaining. Meanwhile, Promethean Offspring just hanging out on this position, not really doing a whole lot as the Murmillo here starting to come through. But Nullus, you got to be careful not to build those Murmillo too early. It's very important to build them, but not too early, as how's the upgrades coming through for Soup? Doesn't have any upgrades in the bank here. Another gold mine over here getting grabbed. There's the lions over here are being picked off as well. Terma going to be searching around on the map for some snipes elsewhere on this position as he realizes that location there not going to be that important. He could go for a shockwave onto that position. Probably not going to happen though, as he does Valor in his main base over here. A little bit of a deconstruction there onto the counter barracks as Soup's going to have to pull back into his main base a little bit, get himself back up those military buildings. I wouldn't mind seeing Soup just drop down the barracks at this point and step into... Maybe he doesn't need to. He could just go for... Oh, we do see the Promethean Offspring over here. He'll get shanked down. Nice play there. As Relic has been spotted here. Blue Crystal Shard is absolutely huge to give it an economic boost here of 5% to wood and gold. It's a true boost, unlike the other civilizations, which, while it is a boost, it's not a true boost because the units don't quite work that way, as we see a town center getting thrown up here for Soup, but Nullus is sniffing this out over here. The Citizen over here might go down, as it looks like Soup doesn't pay attention. He loses that one as his army coming through onto this position, trying to take down citizens left, right, and center, but he doesn't manage to do that. We will be seeing, a time-shifted building gets sniped down. Nice play there from Soup. Nullus loses a whole building on that location as the Terma trying to push through, trying to take out enemy. Terma does manage to snipe one there as more Terma coming through here. Good micro from Nullus, but he's losing even more as Soup. He's retreating straight through the main base, so he's going to lose a bunch of Terma out of here as he gets a lot of damage taken through on that position. Meanwhile, on the home base, we will be seeing the Terma retreating back in. This Terma over here has got to be a little bit specific there with the clicking as he does manage to do so. More Terma coming over here for Soup to take out the forward fight of these Terma of Nullus. As Nullus is not paying attention on this position, we'll get a couple of kills, but he loses 3 Terma incredibly fast as Soup's coming back with his own to deal with this beautifully. A little bit of miss marker there, but he picks off 2 Terma as 3 Terma there. I take that all back. Well played by Soup as he's still sitting in a really good position. Both players doing nice plays at this moment, but Soup is now 2 town centers. We see the second town center coming up for Nullus a little bit later, though, as Soup moving through the middle of the map here. Those Murmillo getting a lot of damage done is going to allow the Terma to get a good amount of picks as well. As Soup knows he's got the speed advantage, he's going to be looking to push in here and stop this town center from going up. The hero citizen that's low HP is going to be sitting in this main base here doing a lot of damage. We do see a turnaround trying to pick off some Terma there. He does manage to pick off 2 for the trade of 2. A little bit of micro here from Soup. He's got to be a bit more careful about it. A couple more military buildings wouldn't go astray, but I mean, Soup could just go to the next age here. He is going to be throwing down another counter barracks and a military barracks here as he realizes he needs to get a little bit more production going in this game. But the Valors are mostly out here, so you can go into mass Promethean now at this point here. So we'll see how it's going to go as the town center just about up for Nullus. Villager lead here, 17 citizen to 18 citizen is a slight lead for Soup. He's going to have maybe a 2 citizen lead here when all is said and done after the town center is up for Nullus, as it is just about to pop up, just about a 2 citizen lead, depending on when he starts the villagers out of this location over here. As we do see Valor getting thrown down, trying to take down those Promethean as best as he possibly can. Nullus still hasn't started citizen out of his other town center over here as the hero Terma going straight after those Prometheans. Will have to retreat away here, trying to micro this as best as he possibly can, but those Prometheans do a lot of damage. The citizen has started, and we do see basically a true 2 citizen lead for Soup, plus the relic is a big deal here as Soup is trying his darnest to get to the next age, which is going to be a really, really big help for him, saving all of his favor potentially for Stymphalian birds or for Satyr here is going to be a really smart play as well. We'll see what Soup is going to do. This can often be a decision which an Atlantean player would be able to make very simply, but a non-Atlantean player is going to find this decision quite difficult here. Does Soup go for Hyperion, or does Soup go for Thea here? I think Thea has to be the right choice. We see the farms down over here. I would love to see Noma Miller getting built for the time being for Soup. Just continue to be harassing and go to the next age as best as he possibly can, but not happening just yet. We see the Termite coming through, going to be getting a raid over onto these villages here. They're just going to jump into the manor. They're not going to be able to do all too much damage. Potentially a shockwave wouldn't go astray here. He could take something down. Good micro there from Nullus, well aware as we see the Promethean taking down this manor over here. Rhea coming through for Nullus. When all is said and done, he gets the advantage here, advancing to the next age. A bit of a surprise where that's concerned as the villagers yet again garrison into the manor beautifully here. All the manors going down. Soup obviously just going to be dropping them back up as they do fall, but this town center is open. It's open season to attack this, and we see Hyperion through for Soup. I'm not 100% sure I like that, but we'll see if it's going to work. He has a lot of favor here to produce Satyr. The Rhea coming through for Nullus is going to allow him to push in onto this position, do tons of damage, as there's so many Murmillo over on this position. Potentially this is going to work out in the favor of Nullus hugely, because he's got such an advantage getting to the next age that the Behemoth is going to do so much damage here. But this is a really, really all-in play here from Nullus. It's got to be all in here. Soup needs another mana down. Where's his mana? He hasn't got the mana up. Got a little bit of idle citizens over here, still trying to micro onto this position. Behemoth moving forward. Promethean in as well. Town center will be going down incredibly fast here to that Behemoth. It does so much damage. It's going to be oh god, even if he somehow hits the Behemoth here with his chaos, it's not going to matter. We'll see. What is he going to hit? Does he use it? He does. We see the Satyr gets immediately traded onto this position. I don't even. Or he gets the worst possible outcome there with the Promethean offspring as Behemoth takes this down. We see the army coming through here. The perfect surround from the Murmillo here as the Murmillo here are going after the Satyr on this location. We see the temple getting deconstructed. A really smart deconstruct there as Suppe is in complete disarray right now. He needs to move over. Or he's got a nice gold mine over here, but the Behemoth doing so much damage. It's 95 population for Suppe to 94 population for Nullus as Hero Murmillo getting created left, right, and center to try and deal with these Behemoth as best as he possibly can. While this is all happening, is Nullus still producing units over here? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Meanwhile, a sneaky town center coming up for Suppe in the middle of the map might spell a defense here coming through for Suppe as the Satyr is still coming down. We've got about 67 favor in the bank for Suppe. I don't see the temple back up just yet for Suppe. He's got plenty of military buildings down. We see another manor coming up. One citizen does fall. 24 citizens apiece here as it looks like the equalization has come through in terms of economy. But you have to ask yourself the question, what's going to happen next as a palace is slowly time shifting in onto this location. But will it be able to hold anything? We see the town center gets sniped here. It gets spotted as Nullus. Somehow, you see a shockwave coming down and Suppe is heartbroken. You have to see him there. He thought he had it up. He thought he managed it, but he did not. As he's trying to push through onto this position, the palace is up now for Nullus in this position. We see Suppe desperately trying to throw his own palace down as he's realizing what kind of a situation he's in. Going to the Mythic Age might have to be the best play here for Suppe moving forward as this palace is getting shot up to try and secure this town center and secure this position. The Kyro Ballista are in here to try and deal with those destroyers, but I mean, even with the bonus, 300% bonus damage versus destroyers, which is like something like 4 times, well, I can't do math, 12, like 16 damage a second with the extra arrows. The pierce armor on the destroyers is still gigantic. These just don't do that much damage to destroyers. It's not a good counter to destroyers in the slightest. As Nullus is just about to get himself up to this location, he's getting himself a 4th town center as well. That might not be the right play here as well, because Suppe might be able to get his own town center up and get to the Mythic Age here, drop a Tartarian gate and cause some real problems for his opponent as the villagers all starting to drop in onto this town center as best as they possibly can. Suppe sitting at 100 population here, desperately trying to hold on. The destroyers spot this. A couple of destroyers here are going to be able to stop this town center from going up as Suppe's got very few army out at this point. He's got basically full citizen here. He needs the town center up desperately. Nullus just about to jump up to 145 of 145 population as well. Once that town center comes through, we see the destroyers taking down the palace here as the citizens desperately trying to get this town center up here. As the palace holding on, we see some more units coming through here. The Satyr coming in, citizen going down. We see the Satyr gets traded yet again as the Promethean coming through. Another citizen going down here, as well as the destroyers trying to take down this palace while this is all going on. The villagers coming back over onto the gold as Suppe needs that gold back in, that income back in. 3 town centers for Nullus. Nullus with plenty of resources in the bank, completely time shifting in onto this position to hold here as best as he possibly can. Suppe with no resources left in the bank, trying to trade as best as he can, but what has he got here? He's got the Arcus out. Heavy Arcus versus the medium Arcus. He's got the destroyers out. No upgrades on his human units versus heavy destroyers, which are tanking an absolute storm here. Suppe is must be kicking himself for not going through Thea in this game, because Thea would be access to Dryads, which would be able to push him forward in this game absolutely mammothly here. But we'll see how things are going to go. Arcus, little micro coming in, going to pick up those relics maybe and pop into a temple somewhere. He does have the temple over here. Blue Crystal Shard wouldn't go astray here in the slightest, as the army continuing to push through onto this position. The palace helping out a lot with the defense, but Nullus is the 28 citizen. He's got 3 hero citizen, 25 citizen. He's so far in front here, ladies and gentlemen. And the destroyers are cheaper as well. 63 food, 54 gold, because he is Kronos. So he gets the advantage where that's concerned as well in this position, as we see the Arc is trying to focus down each other. Suppe is trying to market this as best as he possibly can, but it's just too much pressure exerted from Nullus, and what looked to be a winning position for Suppe in more ways than one was just completely thrown out the window by Nullus somehow managing to get to the heroic age before Suppe did here with the behemoth. Suppe, maybe not obviously, but Suppe probably making a mistake not going through Thea here, getting out those Stymphalian birds with all that favor. Doesn't matter how many traders in the world you have, all of the myth units end up becoming completely useless against those Stymphalian birds. And Nullus manages to barely inch his way past Suppe in this semifinals, moves on to the finals of Pandora's Box to go up against the winner of the other semifinals yet to be played. It's going to be an incredibly exciting series to boot. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. I don't know what else to say here. A ridiculously well-played game. Well played to both of these players. Suppe does get another shot in this tournament for third place. So we'll have to, that'll be obviously against the loser of the other semi-final. So that one we have to wait and look forward to here. But incredibly well-played game by both players. If you guys enjoyed this series, enjoying this tournament, enjoy these kinds of things, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.